Good evening, and welcome to California Historic Sites and Points of Interest. This is Ken Laffler, and I'll be your host for this evening. And today, we're in Lake Elsinore, and we're viewing the Naval Academy, which is located near the Ortega Highway. The Naval Academy was built in the 1920s and was initially a hotel, but during the Depression, they declared bankruptcy, and I believe it was vacant for a while, and then it was turned into the Naval Academy for young naval cadets. The Naval Academy features a large ballroom, which is featured there. It has two quite high chimneys, as you can see. These are the old gas lamps, and they date from the 1920s, and you can still see the burn marks on them. This part of the building is part of the dormitories, and also part of the, there's quite a large ballroom inside. And there it is right there off to the right. And this is also another shot of the ballroom, right here, coming up. There it is. And also it has a large parade grounds which go all the way out to the lake. And I've heard rumors that at one time it was a mental hospital, and it kind of looks like one, but I couldn't confirm that, and my research didn't show that, so I'll stick to what I know about it. But anyways, it's been vacant for quite a while. It's been boarded up. I believe it was due to earthquake codes, and I actually feel this structure should be turned into a historic center, but I think due to the enormous cost of retrofitting it, I don't think they can. So it's a shame. It's a beautiful building. It's designed, like I said, in a Spanish style, and dates back to the 1920s. I'm going to do more research on it, so I'm just doing a preliminary rough draft right now and trying to keep this all intact for prosperity's sake, you know. And there you can see the little gas lamps again. And like I say, it's been boarded up since the 1970s, I believe. And I used to write for an online magazine, and when I was doing a series of photographs of the building, all the neighbors came over and began telling me stories about all the supposed paranormal activity here. And at first I didn't believe it, but you hear enough stories, you sort of begin to question it. And they tell of you can hear drums at night and people on the parade grounds, and I even have heard rumors of them hearing people sort of screaming. So I don't know. I can't confirm or deny it. I've never had any experience like that here. It was actually it was more owls and rats and things like that. So that was my experience there. But this is my rough draft of my documentary. I'll have a better version later, but I'm finishing this off. And okay, here's my documentary. I hope you enjoy it.
I took a trip down to America. You trade some beach for a pint of gold. I took a trip down to America. You trade some beach for a pint of gold. L'America, l'America, l'America. L'America, l'America, l'America.
And later that day, after a full day of photography, one of the neighbors asked if I was interested in the history of the building, and I believe he knew quite a bit about it, or he seemed to know quite a bit about the history of it, so he gave me a tour of the lower levels of the building. This would be beneath the ballroom, and this is the basement area, and it contains the kitchen, and it was very difficult to get into one section. It was still quite, there's quite a bit of debris there, but he explained quite a bit about it, and here's my interview with him. Okay.
Yeah, see the open floor?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's dangerous right there.
Yeah, well, there should be some diamond plate on it. That's typical for the time. You know, to run electrical and plumbing.
Yeah. So what's back in this way?
Kitchen.
Is that the kitchen?
No, somebody's been in here.
So is that the ballroom over here? There's quite a bit of light in here.
Wait, somebody's been in here.
Is this all clean?
Yeah, it's a lot cleaner than it was.
I'm surprised it's so clean in here.
Watch your step.
Yeah.
That's the kitchen. Somebody told me there was a big pizza oven here, that's gone too.
I don't have quite enough light to film back in here.
Yeah.
Here we go. It looks like there's quite a bit of lighting over this way, though.
Really boarded up.
This area seems to have quite a bit of light. It's not as bad as I thought it would be in here.
Well, take a look over there. Get some more stuff. I don't know why this is so clean.
Looks like somebody really straightened it out.
And there's some freezers and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of holes in the floor, huh?
Yeah, watch out for nails and debris.
Yeah, I can't tape anything in here, it's too dark. There's a lot of debris here. So you don't have a flashlight?
Sing me a song, you're a singer. Do me a wrong, you're a bringer of evil. The devil is never a maker. The less that you give, you're a taker. So it's on and on and on. It's heaven and hell. Oh well. The lover of life's not a sinner. The ending is just a beginner. The closer you get to the meaning, the sooner you know that you're dreaming. So it's on and on and on. Oh, it's on and on and on. It goes on and on and on. Heaven and hell. I can tell.
And that brings us to the end of my program. And you can view the Old Naval Academy on Grand Street in Lake Elsinore, and it's right by PK's Roadhouse, and it's right by the road turns. If you've gone past the bend in the road, you've gone too far, and it's close to the Ortega Highway. So anyway, I highly recommend going there. It's a very interesting building. You're not allowed to trespass onto the property, and vandalism is against the law. And this is a valuable historic site. It's almost 100 years old, so nothing should be disturbed or moved because it makes it very difficult for them to observe the building and the grounds and things like that. So that type of thing should be should not be practiced. And once again, it should not be vandalized or painted or any of that stuff or graffitied. It is a valuable archaeological site, but I highly recommend it. Like I say, though, the building is fenced off, and I really don't recommend going in there. It's kind of dangerous anyway. And you shouldn't go in there without somebody escorting you in. There are areas where you can get hurt. You can actually fall quite a distance. So, and it's about 4 stories high, so I don't recommend it. Okay, anyway, I'm going to sign off with that. And for more information on the Academy, you can reach me at kenlafleur8@gmail, or you can text me or write at my YouTube site, which is Progressive Graphics. Okay, thank you for viewing, and have a good evening. Okay, good night.